Pike's Place Market. It is an iconic Seattle landmark. It opened in 1907 and often serves as a selfie backdrop for tourists and Seattleites. This is one of the oldest active public farmers markets in the United States. It has antiques, collectibles, family-owned restaurants, and of course, the freshest fish you can buy in Seattle. Located in an alleyway just down the way is a surprisingly sticky piece of art. Down in Post Alley is the gum wall. It started in the early 1990s. In 2015, they hit the reset button, cleaning over 2,300 pounds of gum off these walls. But as you can see, locals weren't about to let this tradition get gummed up. If you turn your attention towards the Seattle waterfront, you will quickly notice the Great Seattle Wheel. Built in 2012, it spins riders 170 feet high and 40 feet out over Elliott Bay. If you hop aboard, it takes 12 minutes to complete a 3-revolution ride. Finally, we get to the most iconic symbol of Seattle, the Space Needle. Built in 1962, it was made to show off at the World's Fair. It stands 605 feet tall and was once the tallest structure west of the Mississippi. It can withstand 200-mile-per-hour winds and a 9.0 magnitude earthquake. The city of San Diego. It once served as the backdrop for one of my favorite movies of all time, Top Gun. Yes, America's finest city makes you feel the need for speed. The USS Midway is an aircraft carrier that floats on North San Diego Bay. Now a museum, this was the original home of Top Gun. This vessel is a floating city on the sea and a place that the real-life counterparts to Maverick, Goose, and Iceman have called home. Back up on the mainland, the sights and sounds of the Marine Corps Air Station at Miramar will take your breath away. This base in North San Diego used to serve as a Navy fighter weapons school, aka Top Gun, the inspiration for the movie. The school has since moved, but now they host air shows, which are billed the best in the world. Just down the way, you will stumble in and out of a place that will shake your nerves and rattle your brain. Kansas City Barbecue had the keys that helped Maverick unlock Charlie's heart. The food and atmosphere will make you want to scream, "Great balls of fire."
You got a will? Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!
Goose's piano is still here, by the way.
Hey, Goose, you big
Forever serving as a reminder to
take me to bed or lose me forever.
Show me the way home, buddy.
Just up the hill is the Lafayette Hotel. If you've lost that love and feeling, this is the place you'll find it. Believe me, I know it. Inside, the Mississippi Room served as the site of one of the sweetest serenades of all time, one that me and my buddies pulled off more than once in college. Bring back that love and feeling.
You lost that love and feeling, now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sit down. Thank you.
Welcome to the home of the blues. Located along the Mississippi River, Memphis is known for its influence on blues, soul, and rock and roll, and of course, ribs. It's time to go walking in Memphis. Memphis is one of the few southern states that claims to have their own style of ribs, and the best you'll find are located in a basement in this downtown back alley at Charlie Vergos' Rendezvous. Vergos revolutionized the rib game in Memphis back in the 1940s. He was the staple of backyard barbecues before he was finally convinced to start selling his food. So in 1948, Charlie Vergos' Rendezvous was born. His unique dry rub techniques include using an old coal chute to help smoke his meat, providing it with its world-famous flavor. The aroma of the smoker and the tunes pouring non-stop from the jukebox reveal the soul of Memphis. Virgos passed away a few years ago, but you can feel his presence with each plate. If you're looking for a place to wash down all that barbecue, Silky O'Sullivan's is considered the GOAT. Located right in the middle of the locally famous Beale Street, they have dueling pianos and a special concoction of booze they sell in gallon-sized buckets. What makes this place really special, though, is the company. These are Silky's goats. The owner thought it would be a fun idea years ago, and the goats moved in. Silky even built them a tower. And oh, by the way, there's a ghost that lives in the basement. If you're ever in downtown Memphis, you have to duck into the Peabody Hotel. As far back as the 1930s, the hotel's general manager trained ducks to swim out of the fountain in the hotel lobby, walk down a red carpet onto an elevator, and take a ride to the Duck Palace on the rooftop. It was considered a joke initially, but comic relief has turned into a decades-long tradition at one of the most decadent hotels in Memphis. Finally, we arrive at Sun Studio, a well-known place in the music industry that's called the birthplace of rock and roll. This is where an 18-year-old Elvis Presley recorded his first song. Fellow legends Jerry Lee Lewis, B.B. King, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, and countless others started their recording careers inside these walls. And to this very day, it still serves as one of the premier recording studios in the country. When you come to Fort Collins, a trip to sip at New Belgium Brewing is a must. Here's why it is the most popular brewery in town. The story begins in 1988. The company's co-founder, Jeff Lebish, took a bike ride through Belgium. He pedaled and poured his way through the countryside, sampling a variety of local ales. Lebish was an avid at-home brewer, so when he returned home, he attempted to replicate the aromas and flavors. 3 years later, New Belgium Brewing was born. This is a 100% employee-owned company, and it's been named one of the best places to work by Outsider Magazine 10 years running. And guess what? For employees that hit the 5-year mark here, they get a free trip to, you guessed it, Belgium. Just down the way is another locally famous house of hops, the Odell Brewing Company. Born right here in Fort Collins, years ago, passion poured out in the most perfect way. While honeymooning in the UK in 1985, Doug and Winnie Odell were inspired by a small number of breweries they visited. 4 years later, they made the decision to move to Fort Collins and take on a new craft. Ever since the day they opened,
good stuff.
They've taken great pride in experimenting with hops, unique ingredients, exploring new flavors, and being 100% employee-owned. From beers to a blast from the past, how about a slice of fun? Fort Collins proudly claims to have the only 1980s only museum in the entire world.
Stolen crossbones.
Totally 80s Pizza is a museum filled with unique memorabilia. From the moment you walk in the door, you are slapped in the face with nostalgia and the smell of pizza, of course. From Chuck Norris to the King of Pop, Slimer is a great reminder of my childhood, as are the vintage video games, cereal boxes, toys, and best of all, the music. This is a visual vortex of vintage fun that took owner Alex Morgan over 10 years to collect. The reason why he wanted to do it is so that the younger generation could have a place that they could appreciate the greatness of the 80s. May the force be with you, Alex.